Hey, Andrew Arcana here. Amazon just delivered the Labyrinth Tarot, which says here Insight Edition. Got my multi-tool to cut this open. Discover the secrets of the Labyrinth with this official tarot deck inspired by Jim Henson's cult classic film, starring David Bowie, featuring Sarah Hoggle and more as classic tarot characters in original illustration. This deck also includes a foreword from Brian Froud, artist and production designer on the original film. David Bowie and Brian Froud get shout-outs. Sarah Connelly does not. Well, Sarah Connelly was also in one of my favorite films, Dark City. If you can find the director's cut, that is amazing. And Dark City had several of its sets reused in the original 1999, I believe, The Matrix. I like Dark City better. So it's bigger than I was hoping, with a nicer book, full color. That, I think, is just about as perfect as the sun could be. But, yeah, give this a quick flip through. This nice little ribbon here is helping. Nothing around the cards. A certain tarot reader I enjoy on the internet had complained about the size of the borders, but this seems fairly reasonable. God, they're sticking together. This is almost as bad as the Fradella Adventure Tarot. I'll make a quick look through this. David Bowie as the Magician, and of course, High Priestess, or the Fool, High Priestess. The Empress being the stepmother, the Emperor being the seemingly browbeaten dad. Hierophant dancers from the Masquerade Ball. Who else for the Chariot? I'm not remembering names very well at the moment. Hermit. Oh, this is great. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Interesting. Because they did ask a very important question. Hanged Man, kind of an obvious choice. Interesting. We get fate instead of death. Temperance, I'm not sure I agree. This one, now, I would have been incredibly happy if this card, number 15 in the major, would have just been an image of King Jareth's pants. I think we all would have agreed with that, but that's also a good choice. The Tower. Okay, the Star. That is pretty good. The Moon, of course, with this would be one to think on. I also did shut off the light that's on this camera so that there's less glare, hopefully. Judgment as these two, and the World as the entire labyrinth. Now here's going to be the tricky part. Here we have suit cards, poles, I guess, instead of wands. We do have really not illustrated pips, but it doesn't look like a copy and paste job either. Like, at least somebody drew something different for most, if not all, of the pips. I'm trying to figure out if these two are the same thing but backward, and that might be the case. But at least they made a nice library of items to choose from. Junk. Okay. Should I... At a glance. Now, one of my favorite tarot decks is the Halloween tarot, which uses ghosts, bats, pumpkins, and now I can't remember, imps. So I'm not completely opposed to odd pips, but it should make sense. Imps being red, fire like, bats in the air for air. So I'm guessing that junk is earth based on like root vegetables, metallic items, the coin like shape of the other item. Feathers, again, bats is air, feathers is air. This works out. That is a very nice Brian Froud kind of piece of art there. It's not focusing as well as I'd like, and that is the Queen of Feathers. And, you know, the page. So it's nice to see the Brian Froud influence here. A bunch of feathers on a card. Let's see. Pots. I guess pots would have to be cups. Yeah, that would have given us wands, coins, pentacles, air sign swords, and pots as cups. Again, sort of nicely Brian Froud-like here. Saw that on the screen. It was messing with me. It's like, where are all these stripes coming from? And then some pictures of some cooking utensils that are being recycled here. Man. So, a little bit better than I expected. Look, trying to just get these together. Not feeling it. That is nice, but the lamination is just clumping. Oh wow, springy. Guys, don't feel bad about that. Don't feel any pain about that. I think these were meant to be riffle shuffled. Okay, that was nice. Okay, that alone makes this better than that Adventure Tarot that I couldn't shuffle in any way, shape, or form. And don't worry, after a while I will overhand shuffle these just to get started with a few riffle shuffles. If I can. That packet there is just clumping. What if I just shuffle the small set into the big set? I'm going somewhere with this, honest. I think I am. Well, I got a few decent shuffles out of it, and it might be time to switch to overhand. There we go. They're already bending. Wasn't planning on this being a regular reader so much as a novelty piece. Alright. So how about a quick, let's go ahead and do my favorite 5 card. All of us. What do we need to know about the next day? 1, 2. Hopefully we're not feeling as stuck as these cards are feeling stuck together. 3, 4, and 5. My favorite 5 card spread being something along the lines of current situation, next possible step, obstacle, strength and asset, and possible outcome. And it seems these cards are not reversible. Well, current situation, Hierophant. Yeah, I am feeling a bit. Other decks did it better. Other decks play it a little bit closer to the definitions. I think it's just the art style, but from more than a little bit away, it does kind of look like these got misprinted. Like the colors are just a little bit off from each other, like a old 50s comic book, where like somebody's hair, the color would be 3 millimeters outside of where the rest of the hair was. All right, the Hierophant, and I'll take it. The Ace of Air Signs as a next possible step, so put your brain into use doing something else. I won't make the obvious joke. An obstacle, the Page or Princess of junk or coins or very blurry tarot cards. Strength and asset being the Two of Wands. That you know who you are, you know what you're the boss of, and you have rightfully earned the namesake of being the boss of that. So take stock of that. Take control of what's within your dominion to take control of, and let the blurry tarot cards slide. Possible outcome, the High Priestess. That somewhere behind the mouth full of spikes, as in a, traditional. That was sarcasm. You enter into the deeper mysteries, such as, what in the hell am I looking at? And when you come out the other side, you'll be smarter for it. So yeah, here's leadership, on their way to leadership, but leadership looks to be a good thing here. Take stock in your rightful domain. Act appropriately within the items that are in your control to act on, which you have the authority to act on. Excuse me. The items that you have both the authority and the mental capacity there to act on. And, don't let the junk get to you. Just do the stuff you can do that you gotta do. I'll take a few more looks with this. It was planned to just be a novelty, and it might still just be a novelty, but it was fun to look at.